You ever meet someone so confidently wrong that it ends up costing them everything? Because that's exactly what happened when a self proclaimed HOA president decided to scream at my wife over a pile of firewood, and by the time this was over, she didn't just lose an argument, she lost her entire fake empire. Back in 2010, my wife and I finally bought our home, one of our non negotiables. No, Hoa, we'd heard enough horror stories to last a lifetime, so we made absolutely sure our property was Hoa free. Turns out that wasn't the end of it. About a week after moving in, a woman from the neighborhood behind us knocked on our door. She introduced herself as the HOA president. Confused, we asked, "What HOA?" She smiled and said, "Oh, not yours, ours starts right behind your house." Okay. Weird but harmless, right? Yeah, that illusion didn't last long. Behind our property was a small wedge of land technically outside our fence near the sidewalk. We'd always been told it belonged to the HOA, fine by us, less maintenance. Now we had two massive trees right on our property line, dangerous ones, heavy limbs prone to snapping. So we did the responsible thing, hired an arborist, spent $1,400 and removed a huge limb hanging over the street. We neatly stacked the wood in that green strip, planning to move it the following weekend. No mess, no hazard, no problem, or so we thought. The next day, while I was out of town, that same HOA president pulled into our driveway and started screaming at my wife, "You need to move that wood now. That's HOA property." My wife, who hates confrontation, tried to explain I wasn't home and we'd move it soon. Didn't matter. This woman kept yelling until my wife, frustrated and upset, moved the entire stack herself. Some of those logs weighed nearly 100 pounds. When I got back and heard what happened, I was furious. I went to her house to talk calmly. No yelling, no aggression. She didn't answer, even though we knew she was home. That's when things shifted from annoying neighbor to something much bigger. The following spring, a hedge from that same hole and grew out of control and smashed part of our fence. So I reached out again. Her response, "That's not our hedge." Wait, what? "That's not our property." Now hold on. Last year it was your property when you were yelling at my wife. But now it's not? So I started digging. I called the county, got bounced between departments for 2 weeks. Finally, someone from the roads division gave me the answer. That strip of land didn't belong to the HOA, didn't belong to anyone. It was public right of way. And then he dropped the real bomb. There's no HOA registered for that neighborhood. Never has been. Yeah, let that sink in. No HOA at all. Now things got interesting. We talked to a few neighbors behind us. Turns out this woman had been acting as HOA president for over 10 years, collecting dues, $300 per household, 36 homes. That's over $100,000 for an HOA. That didn't even exist. So I did the only logical thing. I printed 36 letters, got 36 envelopes, and sent every single homeowner proof from the county. There was no HOA, never had been, and they'd all been paying into a complete fiction. What happened next? Exactly what you'd expect. The neighbors sued her for everything, and they won just like that. The fake HOA was gone. The president was finished, and the neighborhood, finally free from a decade-long scam. And the best part, she was a licensed real estate broker. Let's just say her problems weren't over yet.